Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Western North Carolina fishing report with Dale Collins of Tuckaseegee Fly Shop. How's it going, Dale?
Doing good, Marvin. Just got back off the water from a trip.
Outstanding, a good half day. Sounded like you were up high chasing the brook trout.
It was, man. It was actually, we kind of squeezed the full day in, and we met at the shop at 6 a.m. and set sail and on the water by 7:30, and make a good day of it, so to speak, time wise. But that's definitely how you want to do it right now. Start early, and by 1 or 2 o'clock, get off the water before it gets too hot and stresses fish. And by then, normally right now, our weather pattern storms are coming in anyway, so you might as well get off the water and come in and take a break and maybe get ready for the evening session.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I know you've had, it's not kind of just seasonable rain right now for the next kind of week to 10 days, kind of those just pop-up thunderstorms.
Yeah, and we'll take them, because that kind of keeps our water from getting too terribly hot. So if having afternoon thunderstorms means our water stays, in the 60s as opposed to the 70s, then we'll take it.
Yeah, and exactly. And I was going to say, too, and you've been, until recently kind of unseasonably cool, so you got the best of both worlds, right? You still got good
That's
trout
right.
fishing, and you've got good smallmouth fishing. You want to kind of update folks on what you're seeing?
Yeah, with the water temps, so we're still able to chase trout, on the creeks. The Tuck still got some responsive fish on it as well, if you're going to be out there in the mornings. But as far as the trout goes, it's a creek game, and if you can get high elevation, it's even better. But with the smallmouth, kind of the downside of having these afternoon thunderstorms is they can keep our valley waters kind of turbid. So and these smallmouth out here are a little temperamental, and they don't like that muddy water. So we haven't targeted them too much this season, but we know the dry times are coming, and that's when I feel like the smallmouth fishing can really excel around here is when it gets dry and low and clear, so to speak. So, but those times are coming here in late July, August, so it'll happen.
Yeah, we never do miss the dog days of summer, do we?
That's it. Yeah, you can't avoid that.
So I've got a listener question for you, but I had one question for you for myself. Obviously you're in the thick of it with tourist season, particularly with the 4th falling on a weekend. What's your tip to folks that want to get out and fish, but they want to either miss the tube hatch or they want a little solitude?
Absolutely. So, the first thing is to start early. And the tubers, like, for example, on Deep Creek or even the Tuckaseegee, that's going to be a mid-morning to 11 a.m., 10:30 a.m. They'll get going, and that'll, if you got a few tubers coming through, like on Deep Creek, that's okay. The fish are used to seeing the tubes, and you can cast around them. But otherwise, if you just hike they can't go past like 3/4 of a mile on that trail in the Deep Creek. So if you walk another quarter mile, you get away from them. So if you're willing to go, a mile or more down a trail from the parking lot, from anywhere, and start early, then you're going to find yourself having a really nice morning and time to yourself. So, and then hop off the water and get back with the family and enjoy the time.
Absolutely. And our listener question is from Chip, and he wanted to know what he should expect this time of year in terms of hatches.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. Definitely water temperature dependent. So, pay attention to the overnight lows. That's definitely going to kind of tell you in the mornings what your water temp neighborhood will be. And so right now, for example, this morning we're fishing around 4,000 feet, and we saw golden stones, we saw caddis, we saw different mayflies coming off, sulfurs and whatnot. So, it's not necessarily about, you got to have that exact fly in your box, as it is getting the color right and a good presentation. And that's gonna make things happen. So, but it's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, you'll even see, blueing olives hatching. So, no matter where you're at in the Smokies, it's just a mixed bag right now. And as the sun gets on the water, you'll see a flurry of hatch happen. But when that water starts to heat up, it's going to slow down a little bit until it starts cooling off again, and the cycle repeats itself inversely as the water cools back off.
Got it. So probably if you wanted to go out, you owe it to yourself, right, to have some greenie weenies and some beetles, right, to do the terrestrial thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, terrestrials, they're very responsive to ants, especially right now.
Yeah, and then I guess you figure, right, if you do like, pheasant tails, hare's ears, parachute atoms, and a couple different color and sizes of caddis, you're probably in pretty good shape.
Exactly, yeah. And, we were fishing for brook trout today, and we were throwing a size 12 yellow caddis. So, but if I had an 18 caddis on there for a little bit, they wouldn't touch it, but they hammered the size 12. So, don't necessarily feel like it's a thing you got to overcomplicate and go down to really small size flies for even those wild fish, whether it's wild rainbows or wild brook trout.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks, we love questions on the articulate fly. If you'll send them to us either on our Facebook page or our Instagram page, if we read your question, I'll send you some articulate fly swag. You'll get it into a drawing for some goodies from the shop at the end of the season. And before I let you go, Dale, why don't you let folks kind of know your holiday hours for the holiday weekend coming up in Bryson City and Silva?
Absolutely. So we're open every day this week, 9 to 5 here in Silva. And we'll be Thursday expanding our hours in Bryson City, 9 to 5, I believe, there as well. So Saturday, our hours are pretty much going to be 9 to 5 as well. So yeah, it's going to be, and also July 4th is also free fishing day for North Carolina residents. You do not have to have a fishing license on July 4th. So thank you, NC Wildlife, on that.
There you go. Well, listen, folks, have a great 4th of July weekend. Be safe, catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Dale.
You too, Marvin.